Hey guys, I did a video not that long ago, which I posted here on YouTube, where I said if you're a Sparity fan, when it came to yesterday's episode, Bad Things number 3, which was sneak peeked um, in on during the best of moments for Rarity, thanks to Hasbro posting that up on the MLP official YouTube page. Like I said, I did a video where I said if you're a Sparity fan, I don't think you have much to worry about. And lo and behold, I, along with other fans that felt the same way, was right. Because basically, a lot of people, even in that sneak peek, did a comparison of this version of Fancy Pants, the Pony Life version of Fancy Pants, to Prince Blue Blood from Friendship is Magic, and how he acted towards the likes of Rarity in the season 1 finale, Best Night Ever. And when you make it predictable, even with a sneak peek of what the outcome is going to be, yeah, that might hurt your show in the long run. It might hurt your show in the long run where, you want to make it spontaneous and unpredictable, but pretty much even with a sneak peek, you kind of probably spoil what the outcome is going to be. But overall, I think a lot of us saw it coming. A lot of us saw what was going to be the end result coming. And like I said in the video, in the title of that video, if you're a Sparity fan like I am, I don't think you have nothing to worry about. And that turned out to be true. Because what this does, if you're a Sparity fan, is it keeps the door wide open for when and where they're going to explore, maybe focus on, in a way, the Sparity, Spike, and Rarity relationship in Pony Life. It opens the door to how that's going to be, tackled in an upcoming episode. And the one episode that sounds like it could be tackled in, even though there's no synopsis for it yet, is Friendship Gems. And this is an episode that's like way down the list. I think it's going to premiere maybe in August. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's an episode where if you look at the title of it, Friendship, and then you look at the other word along with it, Gems, and it's like, that sounds like it's not only a Rarity episode, but it sounds like it also be a Spike episode. So, could that be the Sparity episode? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. For all we know, the ice skating one could be it. The Dew finale could be it. We don't know. But if I was to put money on it, I would say the ice skating one and Friendship Gems would be the two most likely to focus somewhat on the Sparity ship in the show, and basically try to tackle it, and maybe, if the rumors are true, have the roles reversed where Rarity crushes on Spike instead of him crushing on her, or maybe make it even to where both secretly crush on each other, and it takes maybe part of that episode, whichever one it is, for them to admit, that they have a crush on each other, and just go from there. But yeah, those are the only two episodes I can think of upcoming that might, not saying will, but might tackle the Sparity ship in Pony Life. Kind of deal with it, focus on it, address it. Those might be the ones. Now, again, getting back to yesterday's episode, it was obvious, like I said, from the sneak peek, you knew exactly what was going to happen. And what I like about the synopsis is it's basically up to Rarity herself to tell herself, look, be yourself. Just be true to yourself and not try to be something you're not. And that basically causes Rarity to have this epiphany as she's going on this stroll with Fancy, and obviously being annoyed with, I guess, what, Fancy gloating about himself or something. I haven't watched it fully. I'll have to watch it later on. But, with Fancy, I guess, gloating about himself, and that's where Rarity gets the epiphany of, hey, I don't really like you. Because, he thinks he's better than everybody else. And if you want to like somebody, you don't want to like somebody who thinks they're above everyone else. And that's why people have become, and that's why Rarity has had the fan base that she's had. That's why people like a Josh Scorcher, aka Firebrand, has, hold on for a sec. But like I said, that's why fans like, Ronies, Pegasisters like Firebrand, aka Josh Scorcher, what is it? Silver Quill, Despio, Ari, Midnight Sonata, I think even Keyframe, why a lot of them are huge fans of Rarity, and why they consider her best pony. Because of the fact that she may fancy herself as being an elitist at time or a fashionista diva, but she doesn't think of herself as being above anybody else. She thinks of herself as being on the same level as everyone else that she's friends with or she interacts with. She doesn't think of herself as being higher. And she accepts individuals for who they are and not what they want to be, or what they try to be. She accepts them for who they are. And that's why people like her dynamic, like her relationship with Spike. It's the fact that even though he's a small dragon, despite how you view it, she accepts him for who he is. She doesn't look down upon him, anything. She accepts him for who he is. Yes, there are times in the middle of the season, in the middle of the show, and like the mid-seasonal parts where, it was shown that she'd get a little annoyed with his tactics. But, that's how the story was written to showcase it. There was nothing you could really do about that. Even though she understood he was trying to be helpful, yeah, she did have a look of annoyance, but it was that again, that's how the writers wrote the episode, wrote the scene, and how they wanted it animated. Nothing else. But getting back to the point, with Rarity having that epiphany in Bad Things number 3, it shows why a lot of fans consider her one of the best characters, if not the best pony character in the series. Because like I said, she may look at herself as being an elitist or a fashionista diva, but she doesn't think of herself as being better than anybody else. She thinks of herself as being on the same level. She thinks of herself as being equal to them. And sometimes she'll lower herself even more so to basically show, look, I'm willing to get myself dirty. I'm willing to do this for you guys to prove my friendship and everything. And it's been proven time and time again. I mean, who can forget in Friendship is Magic the iconic line of her telling the dragons that she's not into fighting, but if they even consider touching or hurting Spike, she'll rip them to shreds. So yeah, getting back to this episode here, when you look at it, it keeps the door open for the Sparity ship to be acknowledged in Friendship is Magic, and not just be acknowledged and touched upon, but it opens the door for 2 possible episodes that could end up doing that. And that's being, of course, Friendship Gems and the ice skating episodes that are upcoming, that have yet to debut, but are upcoming in the next few months. And like I said, they're going to be debuting maybe in the next few weeks, if not the next month. So, yeah, like I said in that first episode, I don't think you had anything to worry about when it came to this Bad Things number 3 mini episode, which introduced us to the Pony Life version of Fancy Pants. And it still keeps the door open for when Sparity will debut in Pony Life. The only question is, which episode do you think it will be? Is it one of the 2 I mentioned, or do you think it could be something different episode entirely? But anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. I'm going to clock in, or at least try to get something quick to eat before I clock in, and I'm out.